Cultural appropriation. Why is it such a bad thing? Created by Ratika Asher. First off, what even is cultural appropriation? Cultural appropriation is defined as instances when the dominant culture borrows cultural traditions from marginalized cultures. This is an example of racial inequality and is often overlooked. What are some examples of cultural appropriation? During her performance of Come and Get It, Selena Gomez wore a bindi, a decorative mark worn on the forehead of Indian women, and then completely sexualized it. Another example is Taylor Swift's music video for her song Wildest Dreams. She shows all of Africa, including highlands, sunsets, and giraffes, but there isn't a single person of color, nor any reference to poverty or wars. Kendall Jenner wore dreadlocks in one of her Instagram posts and captioned it, "I woke up like this." These are all examples of cultural appropriation, or white people borrowing from marginalized cultures. Now, what's so bad about it? Let's go back to the Selena Gomez example. By completely sexualizing her performance while wearing Indian clothing, she's perpetuating the stereotype that Indian women are seductive. This is completely racist. Furthermore, the bindi has important religious significance in Indian religion and culture, and should not be thrown around for a seductive effect. Selena was pretending to be a race that she is obviously not, and drawing upon racist stereotypes to do so. Referring back to the Taylor Swift example, Taylor was picturing Africa without any people of color. This is promoting white colonialism. It's romanticizing the idea that white people dominate throughout the world and perpetuating white colonialist ideas throughout our culture. This is basically the equivalent of promoting white supremacy and privilege. Finally, the Kendall Jenner example. Now, this is just wrong. American history is full of violence towards Black people, which still continues today, by the way. Black people were persecuted for wearing dreadlocks and cornrows. By doing this, y'all are trivializing a history of oppression. Even today, Black people still get persecuted for their hair. There are many stories of Black women getting fired from work because of the way they wore their hair. It's just so wrong that Kendall Jenner can wear dreadlocks and get praised for it, but when Black women wear dreads, they get persecuted for it. Y'all can't just pick and choose which parts of our culture you accept while discriminating against the actual people to whom it belongs to. These are just 3 reasons why cultural appropriation is completely wrong. There are many more which I will get into in part 2 of this video next week. Be sure to stay tuned.